liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
All right, here we go. We up, G'd up, what up? Run around this bitch still not giving a fuck. What up to the family, man? We in the building right now. Certified salute to everybody. I got to send a special shout out to all of my brothers and sisters who stay on code. Special shout out to all my brothers and sisters who see past dirty paperwork, all the scam Africans, all of the frauds, the plants. Shout out to you. Much love and respect, y'all. Now, let's get to work. Fam, $1 million question. I got to ask all y'all, who sent this Monaleo, whatever the fuck Leo, who sent this person in? Because we can all agree, fam, that they've been doing a hell of a lot of this lately. Y'all remember Amanda Seals about a month ago? Y'all remember Aflini that was running around here? You know, these people that take foundational Black American grassroots talking points, mix it all in with some all lives matter, mix it all in with some democratic shields. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what it is, because they got to do that, fam, because they got to try to stop the lineage grassroots movement. So they got to twist it up, spin it up. But they don't like the fact that we see through it with X-ray vision. Fam, nobody, and I mean nobody, can penetrate Black American grassroots vibe. Nobody can. I don't care. Fam, if they could, they would. But they can't, so they ain't. Trust me, they spending a lot of money, a lot of dollars to try to go get people to tap into our spaces, listen to what we saying, and then try to say it back to us with a vote blue no matter who behind it. I seen a lot of people out here with them pom-poms out, y'all. Y'all seen them like I seen them. How many of y'all seen them damn cheerleaders? And they was running around here talking about sexy Soulann, Black American princess. Sound like a Pan-African princess to me. That's what it sound like. Sound very, very Pan-African, y'all. Because you know the play. It starts off talking like us. It starts off using all of our points. And then slowly they start whisking away into some stuff that we don't even talk about. Not at all. And people out here now, I'm noticing, y'all. Remember when the Tethers was real mad about the sexy Soulaan song? Remember the Tethers didn't like that at first. Tethers was pissed off. Y'all notice how okay the Tethers have become with that song now? Y'all notice that the Tethers out of nowhere just a week ago was pissed. Now I'm starting to see Tethers embracing the record. That's kind of strange. It's kind of odd. Fam, we're going to go there today. We're going to go ahead and put in that work. We're going to start seeing it for what it truly is. The Tethers was pissed off. I mean, mad as hell. Now the Tethers is out here talking about some y'all leave her alone. Y'all's be nice. She's a goods little Soulaan. You dig what I'm saying? So if the Tethers is cool with it and the Democrats are cool with it, perhaps that's who they sent to go get this woman, to put her in our spaces and in our circles. Fam, we already know that they be paying a lot of these people. Trust and believe, fam, they be in my chat all the damn time. Shout out to my mods, because my mods be getting them the hell up out of there. But trust me, family, when I tell you, these people be out here getting that bag to penetrate foundational Black American grassroots spaces. A lot of them do. And they'll send in people, they'll talk our talk, they'll speak like us, but y'all notice they always miss out on the essential things. They'll always miss out on delineation and reparations. How you gonna talk about all this Black American energy, Black American pride, Black American everything, but yet you miss out on delineation? That don't really make no damn sense, fam. I said it before. That's like somebody coming to the barbecue and they don't know the family last name. They done went to the barbecue and they done brought a bunch of people that we don't know who the hell they are. Matter of fact, didn't she bring Conscious Fleroy? Conscious Fleroy. See, family, we seen that. We knew what it was. We knew what it was. They was out here, red team go, blue team go. They was jumping up and down, Hercules. They was happy. And we was like, nah, bro, I don't give a damn what it is. If it got Conscious Fleroy, it ain't us. And then what happened, fam? Slowly, as the days went by, you started seeing more and more scam African talk. You start seeing more and more bullshit, more and more things that did not add up. So if it don't add up, it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, and you will not cross this FBA line, family. You're going to gatekeep, you got to gatekeep. A dance, a twist, a turn, a circle can't get you in this door. They now are somehow trying to blame us for regulating. They trying to blame us for not checking paperwork. That sounds just like the tethers. So if it look like a tether, and it talk like a tether, and it flocks like a tether, then it must be a tether. Shout out to the family. We're going to go to work. Anybody who want to come up, come on up. Y'all see the $1 million question? Hidden tethers, fam. Who sent this Monaleo? But we're going to get them answers right here live. Shout out to my brother. Great, black, sharp, with the emphasis on great. It's all on you, family.
Salute to you, black man. Can you hear me okay, good brother?
Yes, sir.
And shout out to the entire room. I am very proud of our people. Thank you for hosting this space. This represents a very powerful turning point, family. I want all foundational Black American freedmen and Soulaan black grassroots to listen to what I'm about to say next. This is very important that we shut this down early and recognize her early, because now we're setting an example. See, for the longest time, too many of our people have looked at, okay, well, corporate America controls them. We don't have any power. I have always argued against that, because our power is in pulling support from these people, whether it's Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, whoever you want to name. That's not foundational Black American freedmen. We're responsible for them being where they are. When you recognize your power as a people is within you and who you support and do not support, because the Democrats sent her, she was groomed by her white corporate handlers. You seen the situation with that Nigerian tether, cowardly bitch that he is. How dare he even disrespect anybody in our lineage when he had to flee from a trash can that he'll never go back to. Let me tell y'all something, family. This is the time for us to make an example of her and take a head to put on our wall and say, look, the next one that you send, the same thing is going to happen. Because, see, I will say this as I get ready to land here. It is very important that we have a strong command of past history and recent history. Think about the Booty to the Polls campaign, vax that thing up. See, family, I'm proud of us for this very reason. We've started to analyze what power truly means and how to use it when we have it by recognizing our mistakes. It's easy to win. You don't get better at studying all your wins. You get better by studying your losses. Whether it's you looking at the Dr. Perrys in history that have infiltrated and destroyed our people, the William O'Neills. Now we have all that information from the past and we compare it to recent history, and we see the play. It's not going to work this time. It's game over for that. We're never going back to that. Anything that you send out here that's off code, and then she starts responding like that, oh yeah, we finna pack you up. Your career is over, Monaleo. I'm telling you, I'm gonna make sure it's over if I have anything to do with it. Yeah, see, it has to be permanent, because we can't just punish them a little bit and slap them on the wrist. No, we need to let these people know that if you're going to turn on those of us who have our lineage, then it's going to be a permanent cause for you. Now, if she wants to go get support from everybody outside of our lineage, hey, knock yourself out. But you won't get support from us. The main weaknesses most of our people have that we've turned the tide on that has them scared to death with what we're doing with this, entertainment, oversampling of it, because entertainment has its place, but oversampling of entertainment has represented a weakness and a Trojan horse over the years to sabotage many things. Look at the Black Lives Matter movement. It started out good, and rest in power to our good brother Darren Seal, solid brother, man. It started out on the right track, and then when all them damn tethers and LGBTQ, all these videos came there and they co-opted it, it became something totally different, operating outside of the best interests of our people. So again, I am proud of each and every one of you, on code boomers, on code Gen X, on code millennials, on code Gen Z, hell, even Gen Alpha is towing the line. This is a very, very important time in our history. So I want to thank everybody for holding the line. Let's continue to do that. The more we do this, the more powerful we're going to get, because we got them, family. This is the end for them. They don't know what to do. You're in a power position when they cannot figure you out. See, for the longest, they have figured us out politically. Hey, they're going to vote Democrat. For the longest, they figured out what controls us as far as entertainment, etc. And they've also figured out how to sow dissension amongst us. Let me tell you this, the scariest thing in the world is for these white supremacists and these tethers to see us coming together on one accord. For example, if I had a disagreement with my brother Black Alpha, my sister Naturally Tour, Eric, and we're passionate about it, cool, no problem. But I'll tell you one damn thing, what scared the shit out of them is when they say, hey, wait a minute. I don't give a damn what I had a disagreement with Black Alpha, Naturally Tour, Eric, or any one of you in here. That's my brother or sister, and I am their keeper. We are on code, and we're not going back from that. But that's it. I'll land it. Listen, y'all keep doing what you're doing. Salute.
My brother, every time my brother speak, fire follows, man. Shout out to you, my great, great brother right there. I want everybody to notice what family just said. We're going to have to let these people know you can't keep sending people in here to the community, dancing and singing, coming up with a nice little video. You can't do that because that type of energy is what got black folks here in the first place. Any person who come around and says something halfway on code, it ain't always what it looked like. You know, we got to see behind the layers, look behind the words. Look behind that Black American heritage flag in her video. What flags did you see, fam? She told y'all she did it on purpose. She let it be known. And we also got to check people who get mad when they get regulated. I always tell people the reason why foundational Black Americans know how to roast is because we know how to take a roast. You can joke with me because I'm good at dishing it out so we can receive it, fam. It's as easy as that when you start dealing with foundational Black Americans. So somebody who gets so upset when we question your paperwork and we question your background and we question some of the things that you were saying, that looks like somebody who's working on the other team. Trust me, y'all, decoys don't like getting questioned. Agents don't like getting questioned. You know why? It blows their cover. See, we don't give a damn because we know we straight. We good. We up the lineage. We know what's popping. We on code. We certified. We be like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm here. This what I meant. Blah, 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 blah. But when we start sitting there saying things like F you and your class, and you got clowns like that fat in the video with her, when you start seeing them people out there, fam, you already know they have an agenda. And if you got an agenda, you got a handler. If you got a handler, you coming at us sideways. And if you coming at us sideways, it's for one thing. They want to dilute and reduce this lineage-based movement so they can try to put in some Pan-African, some scam Africans, some vote blues, some everything other than us. And it just ain't gonna work. Now let's go ahead and talk about Uncle Toby. Fam, did you not know you were dealing with a damn tether when he called himself Uncle Toby? Uncle Toby. This is where we at with it. This is who people are mad at us for G-checking. A person that goes by the name of Uncle Toby from Nigeria. Like my brother Great Black Shark just said, this man ran from a damn trash can homeland, comes over here and calls himself Uncle Toby. You might as well call yourself Kuta Kinte, Buckwheat. You should have said every single slur in the book. I mean, how easy was it to see that this man's tweets and his text, he's saying Akata left and right. Fam, how many times is this going to pop off? Y'all remember with Cynthia Revo? Family, let everybody know this, because I know some shills is listening and them haters is listening too. What up to all the haters? Keep on hating. I'm going to stay handsome and great. Appreciate the love. Let me tell you this, fam. We always right. You tell me the last time we was wrong. Foundational Black Americans are always right. Whenever we see something that doesn't sit well, doesn't talk well, doesn't look well, we know damn well it's a tether and it's an op or it's a Democratic shield or even a Republican shield. And we called this person out weeks ago, and you had them same bootlickers that are out here today saying the same thing before. Man, you don't know him. You don't know her. Maybe she did it because of this. Maybe he's a damn tether and maybe she's a tether. Or at the most, a doc, a domesticated, off-brand coon. But I'm going to tell you, you pick which one, and I guarantee the jacket fits them well. So this man been running around here talking about Akata this, Akata that. He loves white women. Every single thing that we suspected has been confirmed, which proves the point further. We always right. Family, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all cook because one of my favorite things is to sit back and listen to the team talk. So y'all see hidden tethers, who sent her. I think we already know the answers, but I want to hear it even further. Let me send this to my sister, Natural. Anybody who wants to come on up, we're going to spin and we're going to let everybody chop it up because we're going to put some real certified energy in here in replace of all the counterfeit energy. Natural, it's on you, sister. Don't hurt them. Please don't hurt them because they be messaging me telling me you's mean and I tell them to sit the hell down. Go ahead, sister.
Oh, they think I'm a monster. So I don't know if Big Black Shark touched on this, but I don't, and I posted, I think everybody in the camp is a tether, including her. I looked up the husband, and it's always, you can always tell because it's always a missing parent because they don't want you to be able to check their paperwork. He just recently found out his lineage, but it didn't say his lineage. He's from North Carolina. So somebody came in my comment and was like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure he FBA. Because of the actions, not only just a Democratic shield. So I seen some tethers also in the comments. They were so happy with that song. They talking about how, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my ticket when they thought we was riding with it. And them tethers is not going to be supporting her. She just ruined her entire career. her entire career. So I'm just so sick of these tethers I see popping up. And, since I've been going back and forth to TikTok, like I see the same thing. FBA, that just kind of came out of nowhere. And so did African American. But somehow y'all want us to hold on to that term, though. And we know why. So I'm going to let somebody else speak before, I really get cooking. So.
Yes, indeed, sister. Yo, let me say this real quick. And anybody who's been following me, they know I've been saying this for about a year. What's up with all the tethers and foreigners claiming to be from the Carolinas? What the hell is that? Fam, did they see that we was on to all of them that be from the East Coast of New York? Because everybody knows that New York is Tetherpalooza. Everybody know that. My wife is from Brooklyn, so we know that it's Tetherpalooza. Shout out to my brother Sage. Sage calls them out. We know the on-code FBA in New York. And I think that they realize that we know that there's so many tethers in New York. So they said, let's put ourselves in their motherland. Because y'all know our motherland is in the South of the United States of America. Now they're all out here always saying South Carolina or North Carolina. If you remember that Joteka Edie, okay, the lady that was with Kamala Harris and trying to raise all that money, looked like she just got off the goddamn boat, hopped off the inner tube. She looks Somalian as hell. She says that she's from North Carolina. You ain't from no damn North Carolina. That's what they're doing. Because we see them in New York and we start saying, nah, your ass is a tether. So now they start to come down south. Fam, how many videos have y'all seen with these people with these dusty ass dreadlocks and they got these fake Southern accents, but they're really Haitian or Jamaican, and you can hear the Haitian and Jamaican accent all mixed in, trying to act like they're Southerners? Now the new thing, fam, I want everybody to notice. The new thing is to have a fake Southern accent and pretend that you're from the South. I want everybody to notice that because you're going to see an influx of that here very soon. So shout out to my sister Natural for really pointing that out about this dude, because we're seeing that with a lot of these little tethers that are popping up claiming to be Southerners. But let me tell y'all this, Black Americans, we know every single Southern accent. You can't fake no damn Southern accent. I'm going to tell you that today. Even those of us who live up north still have remnants of Southern accent when we talk. I know people from New York, and every now and then they're going to slip a word that sounds straight up out of Carolina, straight up out of Virginia. Trust me, you can't fake no Black American accent. I know how Louisiana talk. What's up, baby? I understand that. So you can give me your broke down bootleg ass Haitian version of it, but it ain't no damn certified version. So watch out for all of these tethers that are popping up saying they from the South, that are popping up talking about delineation / Pan-African, and there ain't no damn such thing as delineation and Pan-African. And watch for all the hidden tethers, fam, because they're everywhere out there. I'll send this to Natural, and then after Natural, we'll spin through the hands to everybody else, starting with EJ. Go ahead, Natural.
I just want to send a message to these tethers because I don't care what they're doing over there on TikTok. We don't need y'all permission for nothing. Don't come asking us anything. We don't need your permission of what we identify as. And as far as I'm concerned, all y'all are is Africans in America, because you see, y'all thought that y'all was going to come underneath that African American and get a part of that money. That's what you thought. You was gonna get under African American, and that's why they are so butthurt over foundational Black Americans, because they cannot get in. We don't owe y'all nothing. Y'all need to worry about what's going on over there. You got everybody around the world chasing Nigerians out their country, but they're always in our spaces telling us what we are, who we should identify as. We don't need y'all permission. Y'all don't come out of history. Like I told y'all, that's witchcraft. They just say the same thing over and over and over in bad faith. Look at, like I say, I use Tariq as an example. He's a historian, and they try to spin his circles. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that over here. We don't need your permission. We are foundational Black Americans. Y'all call yourself whatever you want, but we already know why that term is hurting y'all so bad, because y'all thought y'all had got a failed destiny swap. Y'all thought that y'all was going to use African American and get under that and get a part of that reparations. That's failed. Everything you're doing is a failure, an epic fail. So I just want to say that.
An epic fail, just like they homeland. EJ, it's on you, brother.
What's up, brother? Thank you for tagging me in. I didn't know nothing about a lot of this Soulaan issue that was going on, but I'm going to just say this about the founder and the people who came up with the Soulaan term. If you want to keep your momentum going and don't want to be associated with this individual, I don't even know how to say the lady's name or wherever you come from, you need to disassociate yourself from that lady, and definitely disassociate yourself from that raccoon trash garbage juice eater known as raccoon number 9,378, the country's flea dude. Because once I seen that little cell waving our flag colors, this when I knew there was some DNC-ish that was going on amongst, those people over there. And I seen like clips of the music video, but when I seen all those flags and her just disrespecting, the Black American heritage flag colors, I'm like, okay, if you was gonna do a video trying to say that you care about the Black American pride and you want to, salute the family and the lineage, why the fuck do you have all these damn flags in the background? This is not the United Nations. If you wanted to do that, you could have had that in a different video without you having the Black American heritage flag and disrespecting, the ancestors in our colors. Those are not our goddamn colors. Just like the Juneteenth colors are not green, black, and red. They're red, white, and blue. You see these people over here coming over here misrepresenting our damn colors. Now, you don't see these other people misrepresenting their country's colors, but when it comes to Black Americans, they always want to be disrespectful. And I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to land my plane. I'm not going to tolerate these terrorists and these cockroaches and these individuals amongst us who are trying to, take up for this, this creature. Steve Jeffrey reminds me of like another one of these top rappers. He has the look of like a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj or even a Glorilla. I just have to say I can't really tolerate her music, but when it comes to just misrepresenting the Black American heritage flag and definitely our culture, trying to mix it in with Pan-Africanism and trying to put all these African colors amongst our lineage in our people, how are you gonna be putting Black American colors amongst Pan-Africanism when Africans don't even practice Pan-Africanism in Africa? They don't make no damn sense. Why can't y'all just leave us alone and let us do what we do? And this is why we need delineation, because we can't get away from these people to save our damn lives. They just like roaches. They crawl everywhere and just try to mix in their culture, but we're still telling us that Black Americans don't have no culture. I got one word for you: Michael Jackson. That's our culture. Rick James, that's our culture. James Brown, that's our culture, etc., etc., etc. What have these Africans and these other people in the Caribbean that are terrorists contribute to their people while fleeing from their homeland? If you're gonna be out here waving your damn flag colors, wave your flag colors and go back to your damn homeland and don't be getting mixed up with our lineage and our culture. And like I said before I started this conversation, the dude who created the Soulaan terminology, you need to disassociate yourself from this witch, because if you still have this Negro up here, this Nigerian country number 1,658, there's so many of these people that's been real disrespectful over the course of generations, disrespecting our culture. If you still got this lady amongst your people trying to so-called represent the Soulaan term, then I don't have no respect for you, brother. And I hope you're listening to this too, because we just keeping it real. If you're going to put this lady amongst the Soulaan terminology and have a coon like Country Flea in a music video acting like he's one of us, knowing damn well this dude ain't of the culture. He is not of our lineage. He's just a DNC dealer. And with that being said, I'm going to land my plane, because I know a lot of you suckers down there in the trash bin, drinking white mommy and white daddy's juice. So, come your ass up here and see if you can handle this smoke, because I know a lot of y'all are in the bottom of the comment section. I'm looking at one of you chatters now that I got blocked. I ain't gonna say your name though, but he already know who he is. But with that being said, delineation is not a negative factor when it comes to foundational Black Americans. You need to delineate from these people. Hell, I done delineate from some people on the damn app, because some of y'all just don't know when the hell to be quiet when it comes to this whole Soulaan situation. It's in one ear, right out the other with a lot of these people. And that's why I'm not on TikTok, because I've been banned the first day I was on there, because, my bamboo stick, which is very far, it cracked many of foreheads. But with that being said, I land my plane, brother. Thank you for letting me speak.
Yeah, y'all heard my boy. Y'all heard what it is. Come on up. My brother got a bamboo stick 24/7. Might have your name on it. Go ahead. It's all G. Shout out to my brother EJ. All right, let's keep the hands flowing. Let's keep the hands going. Scooby's mom is all on you. Floor is yours, beloved.
Hey everybody, you want to shout out to the room first? I have been not been very good about doing that, so I do apologize to all my FBA family. Shout out to you, Black Alpha. Thank you so much for holding these spaces. I look forward to getting in here when I can. Natural Girl, thank you so much. You be preaching, and shout out to you. Shout out to Eric, EJ. What was the other one that was Great Black Shark? I want to give a shout out to him. I came in while he was talking. I didn't catch the first part, but I knew he was cooking and I was listening, and I agree with all that I heard. I agree with everything. That's sexy Soulaan. First of all, and I might sound like I'm preaching. Yeah, I'm old. I'm 52 years old. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Yes, I'm much older than a lot of people But I will say this. I've been on this earth over a half a century, and I don't do the ratchet stuff. I didn't see the girls' video. I'd heard about it. I heard some people say, "Oh, the song was cool," and then they mentioned something about the flags, and then that Lee dude, that what you call him, Conscious Flea. So, and I happened to click on it, and I barely got through. I don't even think I got through 5 seconds of it. To me, I saw this pink hair. Why do people have to go with the whole sexy thing? First of all, you got Sexy Red, you got this Sexy Soulann song. I mean, I know she said she's Monaleo, whatever her name is, but the song in itself, and I don't like Black culture represented. Black culture is, we're a lot. We're so many things, not just one. And why does it have to get pigeonholed into the ratchet sector? That's what I don't understand. I see all these posts a lot of times when people go, whatever happened to, oh, Black people, we used to be so classy, like the 30s and the 40s, and we had businesses, even the 20s, even before, just after slavery, and we got our shit together and we build our stuff and we were sophisticated. I mean, we set the standard for everybody else. So how did that go from that to now, oh, that all this ratchet and twerking and, oh, this is Black culture? No, it's not. It's not what I recall. I don't know. I know people I've been around, people I grew up around. Yeah, I'm from California, but guess what? My people from the South. And I'm about to do a little sidebar real quick to touch on when you talked about how these people come in, how these tethers want to come in and they steal. They be spying, they be listening. And when you said the North Carolina, yeah. I think they figure that's like one of the, maybe, I don't know where they getting that whole, oh, this is the deep part of the South. We gonna say we from here. I think maybe a lot of them are starting to try to move there. I do hear those accents. I hear how they try, it's like they overdo it. They say so much. And I'm like, we don't even talk like that. So you can spot them when they come in. They overly project those accents like they really from there. I know I don't sound Southern. Like I said, I'm from California, born in LA, raised in Northern California, moved up to Sacramento when I was younger. And people tell me, they can hear it sometimes. I've always get people who ask, like, where are you from? Are you from somewhere south? And I'm like, LA is as far south as I get, Southern California, because that's where I was born. But my family, they're from Texas and Mississippi. But and maybe when I was told that when I get excited, you could hear it. When I really get excited, you could kind of hear it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool, because I ain't mad at it either. But this person that came out doing this song, I haven't heard the lyrics. I haven't listened to it. Her whole representation. And then now that I'm hearing more stuff, when they said she went on a Breakfast Club, there was another red flag. We already know what that's about, the Breakfast Club. So I'm not down with them either. The other thing is, I wanted to mention, there's that Kirby girl. When I first heard her, the first thing I heard was her song called Reparations. And I thought, oh, I like her sound. She kind of reminds me of Erykah Badu. I don't know her whole story either, because I listened to the lyrics. I was in another space and I mentioned it, and a dude brought up something that I had in the back of my head too. But I was like, well, wait a minute. What exactly is she saying? Because she said, I ain't talking about no dollars. And I was like, I am. In the video towards the end, there was like a pic that was like showing, I think somebody was like holding a check, and I think it was like a reparations check. So I thought, well, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Are you saying you're not only talking about dollars? Or because you might want to rephrase that if that's what you meant, but you said you ain't talking about dollars. We who want reparations, we talking about dollars and the power, not just because she said, she taking whatever's theirs is ours, and she want the power. And I'm like, no, we want all of it and the dollars. So I don't know if she want to rewrite that. Then I don't know if they trying to sneak her in there too. I don't know, but I definitely know. So I'm like, okay, now I got to watch who I'm following. I got to be careful, because they trying to set all these little traps. But what Great Black Shark was saying, yeah, people, we might not always get along or agree with certain things that we say. But when we know we FBA, I don't care who you are. If you FBA and you up here and you fighting for the same thing I'm fighting for, we might not agree on everything, but I'm down for you first. Before anybody else creep their butt up in here, we in the juke joint. Can't nobody else come in. And that's it. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and land for now so I can let somebody speak because I apologize for if I was long-winded, you guys.
It's all good. It's all good, sister. Bringing that good energy. That's exactly what it is. You're right. Fam, we got to watch everybody. Everybody. Nobody out there. Let me say this, okay? There ain't a person on this planet Earth that can dictate foundational Black Americans in terms of the way we view everyone. We have a historical nature of watching who's around us because anybody who's ever came around us always came with sneaky, low budget, bad intentions. So I don't care who they are. Everybody is getting questioned. Everybody is getting checked and everybody's getting called out. And if they get mad at that or they make little videos on little podcasts and start saying they meant what they meant and they start calling us all types of names, then you already know that individual ain't rocking with us. So technically they've exposed themselves. Fam, if you sit back and you watch long enough, they will expose themselves. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's going on. And shout out to my brother EJ, because he made a good point. I'm seeing a lot of people now trying to spin this onto FBA and spin it on to Tariq. You need to be worried about conscious flee instead of coming after my brother Tariq so damn much. That's the damn problem. Because somehow people are mad at us and Tariq for calling. I don't even know what the hell these people are doing. I can't keep up with it. But what you need to do is take that energy and focus on Conscious Fleet, who's out here waving all these damn flags, acting like he's us and getting a cosign. Don't put no blockade in front of this regulating. Don't put no blockade in front of this G-checking.
I just wanted to bring this up. And Tariq talks, they say they're from the South. They always use a small town because her husband, he says he's from Salisbury down here. When I tell you Salisbury, nobody don't know. I mean, the people down here know about Salisbury, but that's just one of those towns you just drive through. For me, we shouldn't be believing anyone that says that they are foundational Black Americans unless we check their paperwork. And they thought they was going to get through with her. And that was an epic fail as well.
Damn right, my sister. Let's spin the hands. Miss L, it's all on you, beloved.
Hey, good evening, family. Shout out to you, Brother Black Alpha, Sister Natural, and everyone. All I'm going to say is Monaleo, she got a career. She got a Rhythm Spoons career. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Grand opening, grand closing. I actually thought she was going to be exposed closer to January. I didn't know it was going to be less than 2 months.
Spoons.
Yeah, she got that Rhythm Spoons career. I'm sorry. Putting grand closing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you FBA, you know what I'm talking about. We ain't got to give no clues and no hints. We ain't got to drop no hints. I call Black Alpha the receipt king because his receipts are just impeccable. I look up, it's a Monday. He dropped a video about her on Tuesday. We got the receipts on Wednesday. So shout out to the family. I would say this too about the South. I think they pretty much opened up the map of the U.S., pinpoint a small town. But the thing is this, they can create whatever lineage, whatever background they want, but they, especially if you were born and raised up north, getting in your family's big old Buick, that big old Buick LeSabre, that Buick, that Cutlass, y'all know what I'm talking about. Getting in the car, going down 95 South to a funeral of an elder and spending time on your family's ancestral land and actually playing with your cousins from the South. I have family on my father's side from Mack, North Carolina. If you don't know about running around barefoot on that soft sand, shaking pecans out of a pecan tree, hanging out with your cousins, sitting down listening to the elders talk, that's something that you cannot fabricate. That's FBA culture, and that's just a small part of it. So they can make up any type of story they want. If we really, really wanted to get at them with lineage checks and really start digging into that paperwork, them land deeds, all that heirs property, really, where are you from? We really, really ask that question, that's going to leave them shaking. And on that, I'll land.
Good point, my sister. These people still out here trying to come up with synthetic FBA lineage. There ain't no such thing. There ain't no such thing. You can't have synthetic, all right? It's going to be real or ain't going to be nothing at all. So shout out to the brothers and sisters who know exactly what we're hitting for. Let me say this as well, family. Remember, it was just Amanda Seales, y'all? Okay, and I touched on this in the beginning of the space. Remember, it was just Amanda Seales. And remember, she came out and she was going in on those tethers, and a lot of folks had them pom-poms, and they was out there saying, go ahead and get them, Amanda. And what were we saying? We was like, nah, her paperwork is dirty. She's trash. And then guess what? Receipts started rolling out where she's saying we're going to get deported. Everybody knows Black Americans need to start sticking up for immigrants. It's funny because on that whole Jubilee thing, she had a whole long time going back and forth with immigrants. And then immediately after, she started saying that Black Americans were xenophobic towards immigrants and Africans and everybody else. So fam, you already see they like to sprinkle in their DNC talking points because that's who I believe are sending these individuals. This is nothing more than a ploy with Democratic talking points and to get back on that Democratic plantation. And the midterms are coming, so there's going to be a lot more of these people popping, y'all. And I talked about earlier that Aflini lady was running around here. She was talking the same exact thing. These people understand they can't come at us directly. So they got to do a song. They got to talk in circles, rectangles, triangles, nothing direct at all. But it's the same exact play. What's the difference, fam? The only difference between Amanda Seales and Monaleo is a music video. That's the only difference. And waving all the flags and all that stuff. That's the only difference. But trust me, fam, if Amanda Seales wanted to do that, she would have did that too. Okay? It's the same exact play. Never trust somebody who's talking about Pan-Africanism and they're talking about Pan-Africanism through the lenses of Black American culture. Think about that, fam. Does that make any sense? They're talking Pan-Africanism through the lenses of Black American. But you notice they always skip over the key points. They don't ever talk about delineation. I don't know how you can talk about this era, the reparations generation, this Renaissance, and you don't bring up delineation. Matter of fact, she's against delineation. So you're not really riding this lineage wave because this lineage wave is rooted out of delineation and us standing on our own principle. So if we standing on our own principle is rooted out of delineation and you claim to be so black, blackity black, but you skip over all of that, family, that's like coming to the family cookout and you don't know grandma's name. You an op. Let's keep the hands flowing. Angelic, and then to my brother Eastside.
Can you do me a big favor and get Blackjack first?
Yes, indeed. I believe Blackjack is my brother Eastside. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just about to say she can go ahead. You know, I'm a gentleman. But shout out to the room. Shout out to everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm happy to be here. I actually am happy to be here because I always seem to miss these spaces, man. And I don't like missing y'all spaces, especially this one, you know, because I'm up during the night working when our brother Tariq come on. But I got to hear Black Alpha. Remember, I call him the Red Bull. This the Red Bull of FBA, you know, lineage. So, but what I wanted to touch on was let's keep it into perspective. First of all, let's look at her name, Monaleo. If that don't sound Caribbean, I don't know what does. Okay, that's first thing. Second thing is I was paying attention to the video, you know, with all the ratchetry. To answer our sister's question, where did the disconnect come in? Well, they changed up our repertoire so they can justify their anti-Black hatred, anti-foundational Black American hatred. See, when you get to dehumanize our people and look for little different slick ways like ratchetry, you know, yeah, you garner, you know, the supremacists and their tether minions, they can use that as ammo to justify their hatred towards us, you know, because of the culture and everything. So when I see that and I listen to the video and when, you know, I watch the video and I hear the music and I see all these flags, this is an example of Pied Piper. And if y'all know anything about the story of Pied Piper, y'all know where this ends. But that's why I'm glad that we have some certified few that's keeping a steady drumbeat. And we up here putting paint where it ain't, spreading out like concrete. I'll land there.
That is a damn good point. And this is why, if you notice, right over there on TikTok, it's the same FBA, y'all bad, y'all mean, y'all don't want to be all black, and that's that. That's how they push in the game, fam. And I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way back further, fam. Notice none of these issues came about when people identified as African American, or shall I say when they put that jacket on us, because the average brother or sister never liked that term. Not when it was created, not a month ago. Nobody ever liked that. But notice, fam, when they could call us POC, you didn't have tethers having meltdowns about us. When they called us minority, there were no meltdowns. African American, of course, there was no meltdowns, fam. They only started to have these meltdowns and these tantrums when foundational Black Americans started to identify specifically as ourselves, and we named ourselves. Then you started seeing this influx of all these damn people. Everybody likes to run around here and talk about Malcolm X and Huey Newton and all the foundational Black American pillars from the past, and they always make these things. They say, well, they was Pan-Africans back in the day. Yeah, but let me tell you the difference between then and now. Now, these individuals who are coming over here to this country, we see them for what they are when they get here. This ain't the early stages of figuring these people out. Now we done had 60 years of seeing the way these people treat us. We done had 60 years of hearing the kata. We done had 60 years of seeing these people say work hard and nigga. They didn't have that back in the day. Back in the day, that was the introduction. Don't come talking to me about chapter 1 when we over here on chapter 60. Chapter 60 is showing me that these individuals don't like us, don't like what we stand for. They want what we got. They'll take every single dollar from us if they get their ashy ass fingernails on it, and they will walk right on out the door, throw their arm around the white man, and then do-si-do right the hell away. Don't come talking to me about how people viewed these people in the 1960s when the average black American didn't even know an African back then. We see these people today. Right now is the most interactions between black Americans in the diaspora, and let me tell you, we see them for their true colors. So don't come in here talking about the introduction of the story when we're in the middle of the whole game and we see the way these people operate. They don't like the fact that we lineage based. And let's just say it for what it is, fam. I like to get straight to the point. They don't like us being lineage based because that disqualifies them from saying they are us. Everybody go home easy. That's the answer. They don't like us being lineage based because when we say we're us and we define it, that creates a fence around this house that they are not able to hop over, to crawl around, and to get through. That's what it's about. The whole issue that's going on right now with us and tethers. I'm talking about that dusty tether that you see in the Uber. I'm talking about them dusty tethers who make 24-hour videos whining and complaining about my brother Tariq. Them is the same people who have the same problem. And that problem is, how can I become a foundational black American so I can steal what they got? Them calling themselves FDA, that ain't helping my thievery. Them saying black American heritage, that ain't helping my thievery. Them saying freedmen, that ain't helping my thievery. So now they got to come out with rappers, singers, dancers, washed up actors and actresses. And what do they all have the same thing in common, fam? They all pretend that they're standing on our business when in reality, they standing on Pan-African business. Also, I tell y'all, she's not a black American princess. She's a Pan-African, whatever she can name herself. But I tell you what, she ain't on our time. Now, Sister Angelic, are you back?
Yeah, yes,
All right.
I'm back, but I'm on my way home from the gym now. So can you get Eric Johnson?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I keep trying to time it, but it ain't working. I'll be home in a couple of minutes. Can you get Eric Johnson?
Yeah, it's all good. Be safe.
Okay.
Go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, be safe, Sister Angelic. I won't want one of them tethers jumping out on the road trying to get your phone number through the windshield. So make sure you have your root work pepper spray on you. But yeah, man, good space. They try to connect us with these Africans so much so that they don't even try to get up with their conversations about fixing their homeland. And this is just another example of how disgusting and disgraceful the Democratic shields are and the DNC as a whole. These people will do anything to try to get us back on that plantation. And you have some people within our lineage that are just stuck. They're just stuck in the mud. Just let them drown in the quicksand. I'm not trying to save everybody. And that's why I said earlier when I was in here in the first conversation when you came on me first, Black for that. I'm not going to be on TikTok because these people say the same old rhetoric over and over again. And I've been saying this for the longest. These people are getting paid to do stuff like this, to cause dissension, to get these characters. I think I said this a couple of months ago. You remember the 8-Ball and MJG music video? We started this. It's sort of like this when it comes to this chick whose name I keep forgetting on purpose. They mass produce these, so-called artists that are supposed to have a, black first ideology, but you see in their videos with the images they put out, and it's okay to be fun, to be a little, out there, but if you can't have a balance of sticking up for your people and then, do what you have to do for entertainment, then I can't really respect you. It's okay for you to, be your own, to be yourself and to live in your own way of how you want to do stuff. But when it comes to this black first ideology, you got to put that other stuff to the side when it's time to handle business. And I really don't respect a lot of these, people who was really trying to, take up for this chick, knowing damn well she got numerous, posts and tweets out there talking, real crazy about the lineage, and especially her tether ass manager. First of all, you shouldn't even have a dude around you like that. I don't know if you're immune to smelling flies and just, off-brand Jollof amongst your nose, but, me being around, real people who actually wash their ass and actually, flush the toilet with, clean water, without having to, use sandpaper to, make sure their hairlines are straight. But, stuff like this is a real negative factor amongst our people. And we just gonna have to start regulating people and start delineating for folks. And I'm not gonna be in conversations trying to have, dialogues with a lot of these folks when it comes to shit like this. Like I said earlier, for the brother who came up with the Soulaan, ideology, the people who, came up with it, y'all definitely got to disassociate yourself from this lady because he ain't bringing nothing to the table except, confusing and rhetoric, just like these tethers are. They trying to, say salute to, this individual, knowing damn well she most likely have a tether background. She already got a tether manager. She got tether juju vibes all over her. So I wasn't really like in tune with this individual because I never heard of her a day in my life. I can name numerous amount of other female artists, even though there are tethers that are somewhat better than her. But, when it comes to this Black American heritage and culture, she's not it. And we shouldn't have people like that representing, sisters, even though, all skin folk and kin folk, but, these individuals that representing the white supremacist, ideology, they gonna look at us as all one big Negro. They can't tell the difference. Shit, they get one of y'all in the bedroom, y'all just gonna start doing some of the same stuff some of these bad witches over here in the lineage are doing. But, we ain't gonna tolerate this stuff. We're gonna separate from y'all and put y'all in y'all place. And for the tethers that get mad, I want y'all to come up here and see, what y'all got to say about this whole situation, because y'all talk about everything else in these spaces, but most of the time y'all be too scared and too chicken shit to come up here and, get into the octagon and, throw these hands though. So, I ain't gonna harm you unless, you do something wrong to me. I don't like everybody, but, the folks I do like and the folks I do respect on this app, even if they're not tethers, and for the ones who, don't be talking crazy like a majority of y'all do on these apps. So we know the energy and we know that the emotions and the pain of y'all fleeing y'all homelands, y'all got to take y'all energy out on, situations like this. It's just another example of the DNC shields trying to just throw everything out there. You know how, when you have, animals fighting, they just throw hands and, most of the time you don't connect like it usually do when you fighting a weaker individual. See, we got our weight up. We've been had our weight up for the longest. Once you be listening to, brothers like Black Alpha, Afro Elite, Black Truth United, et cetera, et cetera. When you listen to people like that amongst, situations that's going on with these so-called Pan-Africans in this whole Soulaan situation with this individual, then you can separate the real from the fake and the fake from the real. But, with that being said, I'm going to land my plane.
Be one, family.
Hold on, hold up. Wait a minute. Freeze. Hold on. Put the mute on. Okay, this ain't Pee Wee's Playhouse. We got an order up in here. Let me say this, family. Shout out to my brother EJ. Let me read this to everybody real quick, okay? For those who aren't aware of this, Uncle Toby. All right, Uncle Toby, I know you're out there, closing your page down. So shout out to all the certifieds out there, because when the certifieds find out about you, the certifieds is going to come see you and get with you. So the certified foundationals, they went to this dude's page and paid him a visit. And next thing you know, them tweets became protected. And let me tell you why those tweets became protected. Because these are some of the things that he was saying, y'all. Now, does this sound like people who are for the lineage, who are for delineation? Or does this sound like some tether talking? Remember, tethers flock together. He said on one, white women. Now, he just made a tweet, white women. He didn't even say nothing around it. Nothing. No context or nothing. He just said white women. Then the next one says white women, I love y'all. Then the next one says white girls with a smile, a heart, a smile, and a smile. Then the next one, he said, white girls do it right. And then after that, he said, true, back to Akatas. So we're Akatas and white girls do it right. These are the tweets from the person who is behind Monaleo. Okay, how about this next one? He said, it's Akatas we don't like, remember? And then another one just said, Akatas. And then here's another one, LOL. Akatas always do things the hard way. But where do you sit in the poll? I have no idea what the hell that means, but there you go. Here's another one, white girls. Here's another one, new white girl in my background with a smile and a heart. Then the next one, he said, I like my white girls like my drugs, white. So he likes white women and coke. Okay, so this is a cocaine tether. All right, fam? These are what he said. These ain't our words. So everybody out there getting mad at us for regulating and delineating, you need to be mad at these individuals right here for looking foolish. Next one, he said, in high school, I had all the white hoes. Yep. Then he said, I haven't pulled not one white girl, not one. Okay, so now he's mad because he can't get white women. I mean, this is what they are on, fam. Then also he said, bro, isn't it weird that whenever people are mixed with white and black, they will rather go to being black than white? Fam, is that not some straight up African talk right there, fam? Is that not that same stuff that we say when these people come over here and they side with the dominant society? We done broke it down to the T, to the maximum, verbatim, fam. Every time these people come over here, they want to side with the dominant society. And his tweets just expose what we already knew. That's why we say when you've seen one tether, you done seen them all. Don't come up in here talking about this is a good one. You don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Maybe coulda, woulda, shoulda. Damn that. When you see a tether, point them out, and I guarantee you every single tactic that they were looking from Pan-African stuff, and then she came out and said it. We already knew she was against delineation, then she came out and said it. We already knew when she was waving all them flags that that's what the type of time that she was standing on. Her manager was right there supporting her, and then she came out and said it. We already knew that somebody who called themselves Uncle Toby from Nigeria, fam. Do you think anybody named Uncle Toby from Nigeria is Black American first? Do you think they're Black American friendly? Do you think they want to side with us? Or do you think that they have the same anti-Black American hatred that all the tethers have? It ain't even that difficult. If it took you this time to figure out the type of energy that she was putting out there, you need to sit down. You ain't ready for this work. We need riders. We need people who get it the first time. Don't you sometimes, fam, in life just need somebody to get it when you say it? Not somebody who got to figure it out. There's a long, drawn-out process. We ain't got time to sit here and have to understand what tethers are meaning. I know what they're meaning. They mean that they don't like deodorant. Oh, by the way, somebody sent me a tweet earlier where Monaleo says she don't like deodorant. And then I seen another.
I just put it in the jumbotron, brother. That's why I had the spirit of the root rope deodorant amongst the room. I had to spray the room before we started this space, so the spirits and the ancestors can protect us from that must.
So wait a minute. So she don't like deodorant. Her manager likes white women. I got a tweet where she's making fun of her brother's hairline. I'm just saying though, fam. And there's a lot of strange stuff coming on top of her getting mad that foundational Black Americans are delineating. And they out here running around with conscious flea. Fam, if it looks like a flea, it must be a flea. But don't be mad at me. Go ahead, Ms. L.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to drop down to listener after this. But I just wanted to say, as a Black woman, especially older Black woman to the younger Black women, how Monaleo represented us as FBA with that performative over-the-top ratchetness, that's not us. Even for me, when I went and watched the video because people were talking about it and it was getting some buzz, I wasn't impressed. It just seemed like a minstrel show to me personally. It just seemed like it was over the top and it was just really extra, and that's not how we get down. But we know this, no matter what the play is, this is going to be the thing that we have to keep in mind. They will always have an underlying agenda towards us regarding disrespect and disempowerment and trying to dogpile us with other groups and other agendas. None of these people who are sent top money movers and shakers and all of that, none of them can actually come to us with a true agenda of empowerment for us, because if they did, they would lose their funding. Anyone who sent, if they actually pivoted and started talking about true empowerment for the American freedmen who are written into the Constitution, who are us as FBA, they would lose their backing. They would lose any support that they have. So we understand it may sound good, it may look good on the surface, but eventually if you keep digging, if you keep peeling back those layers, you're going to see the disrespect. You're going to see the agenda to have us in a unempowered state. They can't help themselves. That's been the agenda towards Black people, has been to have us in pretty much like the fourth and fifth caste of this country, the country that our ancestors built, that we continue to build. So just know that, family, no matter what they come with, that's their agenda. They can't pivot from it because they won't get the support from the people who sent them. And with that, I'll land and I'll drop back to listener. Thank you.
Appreciate you, my good sister. I love hearing you talk, by the way. I don't know if I told you that. I love you, sister, for bringing that energy. Certified.
Thank
Yes.
you. You're welcome.
Bring this tether, because they talking in the comments. Bring them to the stage.
Don't leave.
Free time.
Shout out to you, Miss L. Shout out to you. It seems like you put deodorant on your underarm. Salute to you, sister. There's a real Black American woman who handled her business. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And let me just say this before they come up here, because he was talking real slick in the comment section. Our people have a long history of watching Africans that got off the boat, and they mixed in with, our Black American brothers and sisters they had the damn game of learning how to wash their ass and use, soap. So, I could give them grace. But when it comes to you tethers, knowing damn well y'all are the population over there in y'all homeland, y'all do have something called soap, or maybe y'all got, cheetah pee, a wash rag. But when it comes to Black American culture, you can't go in a damn kitchen without washing your hands. You can't get up without brushing your teeth, combing your hair. And I wish you would be out here sagging your pants in front of one of our elders. They'll make you get out there and get the switch like they did on the Jackson 5 movie. You can't be out here just looking real bummy, misrepresenting your family. So you tethers might not know anything about that. And the ones that do know how to wash their own, I suggest that y'all stay away from these folks, because this Monaleo chick says she don't use deodorant. We got another person a couple of years ago that was talking about she used damn bird baths. Fucking Summer Walker, she was out here talking about she don't take baths. We can't have that type of rhetoric and bullshit amongst our people when it comes to keeping your hygiene up, keeping your teeth straight. I know it's real hard out here, and some of y'all are going through a recession with these ICE deportations though, but the Dollar Trees are open. You can go in there and get you some soap, get you some damn dish rags, and you can go in there and possibly get you some what they call them, little Brillo pads that you use to like get all the hard stuff off the pots and pans. You can use some of that since I've been using all that skin bleaching cream and stuff. So you can't keep your hygiene
SOS pad
for balance. Yeah, that pad, sister. Thank you for that. Salute to you. But yeah, man, with that being said,
bring your moist tether ass up here, because I already seen your page, so we know you a tether. Bring your tether. You want to talk about somebody buck broken? Bring your cowardly tether moist ass to the stage. Don't talk in the comments.
EJ, you cracked me up because you was talking about that. I was gonna say, well, damn, I've had braces twice because I'm all about keeping my teeth straight and clean. And then I was like, ooh, I'm wearing my mango rootwork deodorant right now. It smells so good.
You gotta smell good because we gotta represent ourselves to the highest extent. Because these white supremacists use these damn talking points amongst our people. But then when you have tethers amongst them trying to eat and just be amongst them all day, every day, just like this tether and these tweets are talking about white girls this and white girls that, you talking about you was getting all these white. But then a couple of tweets after that, you talking about they won't give you no damn play. Which one is it? Is you going to be a player and be about your Mandingo business amongst these white girls? Or you just going to be one of these Negroes in these third world countries paying for it? You possibly might get caught up with one of them lady boys in Thailand, because you got to be real careful with, some of these dudes or women nowadays. Y'all got to be careful when y'all be talking about y'all going to get these girls in different countries, though. But, hey, do you, man? I mean, if you roll like that, just say that you do. But, it's just a tether. It's just tether rhetoric coming from these people. Anyway, and right out the other. We done dealt with these people before, though. But I'm going to shut up and be quiet. But I know this Rock going to come up here and handle his own business. He's going to stay down there in the comment sections like this that he is.
He can't get the woman he wants because they smell it stinking coming 5 miles away.
Hey, shout out to all the people who don't flee from deodorant. You know what I'm saying? Like the person down there hating right now. Don't be mad that you flee from deodorant just as fast as you flee from ice. It ain't nice. Listen, York.
You said what I was about to say. The first thing that came in my mind, this guy's trying to be sarcastic when he said that. And you went on and said it just now, but that's the first time my flag went up. Thank you.
Much respect. It's all good. We got to see these people from a mile away. So it's your job to figure out what they really mean. It's your job to understand who's telling the truth and who ain't. Do not want us to be foundational Black American, because that disqualifies every single thing that the Democrats told them that they were going to have. They come up with these rappers and with whoever the hell they got. Fam, they done told us every lie. They've went through them all, through the whole damn alphabet. They done came up with the lie. If you see these individuals coming towards FBA and they're talking that type of nonsense, you already got them marked. Already seen Monaleo's energy based on how ignorant and ratchet it was. So when you see that, it doesn't go together. So they don't like that type of energy. But if you notice, all of our sisters was already looking at this female sideways by the way she talked and the way she act. And then next thing you know, bam, she flips it. And speaking of people flipping it, y'all notice when she was on the Breakfast Club, she was talking all prim and proper. Oh, no, this is what it really means. And I think it's this and that and the other thing. And then when she got on that little podcast, real reckless, that's how she really felt. So we see already there's an actress here. She's acting. All these people are acting. They're not foundational Black Americans. They're not not of the lineage. They're not on code. They're not on brand, trying every single thing they can do to get inside of this house. Why do you think we say foundation? You tell me something that is big, strong, massive, and moving fast as these people can keep up with. And tell me if foundational Black Americans ain't got a part of it. Ain't nobody else got nothing booming. Nobody else is moving. Everybody else right here is in the streets. They're crashing out. They're falling out. We're the only ones who really got things going. Newsflash to the planet. FBA is the talk of the town. We're the talk of the world. They ain't making no damn videos about MAGA way over in Africa, way in Jamaica, way in Asia. They dancing and moving and talking like us. They stealing our talking points. Everybody is talking about FBA. That's why I say it's all eyes on the lineage. And these people are trying to get inside the house. We done closed the front door. They went to the back door. Closed the back door, the side door. Now they trying to come in through windows, trying to come in through the goddamn chimney. Everywhere you look, everybody from every background, every political organization, every religion, they're all trying to come over to foundational Black American Boulevard and come in this foundational Black American compound, and we are not letting them. That's why I tell everybody, it's FBA versus the world, and we winning right now by a knockout. The fact that you have billions of people who want to come in this house and not one of them has crossed that line, that sounds like delineation is winning now, don't it? And that's exactly what's happening. So, fam, think about this. Why are these people anti-FBA? Is because they want to be FBA, and FBA said no. Kick rocks, get your ass off my block. All right, and I'm not even gonna tell you to take no deodorant with you because you ain't even got none anyway. So if you notice, fam, we are up and they are down. And when people are down bad, they get very deaf. This Monaleo, she was sent by the Democratic Party. I got my brother Church in here. Shout out to my brother Church. Church was calling out that Aflini chick 2-3 months ago, saying that she had a handler. If you don't think these people have handlers, then you crazy. As a matter of fact, news has came out that these people are being broke off and paid to infiltrate Black spaces. And I'm talking about Tether Society doing it. You don't think some of these people running around here talking Pan-Africanism, you don't think these people are plugged in with the alphabet organizations, fam? You don't think so? There's a $1 billion industry, $1 trillion industry where they're flying these people in to be us. So delineation is effing up a lot of people's money. I don't want my brothers and sisters to think tethers are just some people walking down the street and they're in Ubers. No, no, no. Tethers are out here getting paid. And I don't want my brothers and sisters to think that these individuals are just out here trying to steal a couple bucks from us. No, they want everything. Remember, tethers don't tether at 25%. So you better not delineate at 25%. That's why I tell everybody it's a certified 100. And when I say 100, I mean the full 100.
Alpha, I sent you a DM. John, give me one moment. I just wanted to say something, and then he could speak. Stop answering to them. We don't answer anything to them. If anything, when they come in our spaces, we're going to ask them what's their end game. We're the only ones with points on the board. They don't ask us no questions. What's your end board game? That's what we're asking them. We don't answer no questions.
Shout out to you real quick before we get to John Horst. Our sister made a damn good point. Shout out, much respect to you. By the way, somebody named Blockchain Rasta. If you don't blockchain your ass, yeah, blockchain your ass and come on up, okay? Don't be in the chat talking. You feel, fam? These people are out here listening to us for hours at a time and making posts about us in the comment section to the space that they don't want to come in and talk. You know, you could just come on up. Let me tell you how it ends. You getting roasted, going back to your homeland, okay, and you might have to swim to your homeland because y'all don't own any of the ports out there. And hell, you don't own the beaches either, so I don't know how the hell you're going to get there. That's what stops y'all from trying to infiltrate us, and that's what keeps delineation going. Foundational Black Americans won before you even realize it, but now you know because Black Alpha said so. Family, let's keep the hands rolling real quick. I have my brother John Horst in here. Shout out to the whole team. Anybody, and I mean anybody, who wants to come up, come on up. But what we're talking about right now, family, is these hidden tethers. John Horst, it's on you. Certified salute.
You know, basically trying to say that they from the Carolinas. One of the main reasons why they keep sitting there saying that is because of the whole, Gullah Geechee thing in South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. And one thing I will say, bro, is just because we part of our lineage might, we might have part of our lineage that goes back to Africa. That does not mean that we're continental Africans, bro. We are not continental Africans. Y'all gotta stop with this capping, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it is. They trying to, they trying to, and the thing is about them back in their homelands. Even if they were to get paid reparations, they're so disorganized with everything back home, and they scam so much that even if they pay a lot of those governments off for reparations, the people at the top ain't gonna do nothing but steal it and hold on to it. It's not even gonna get down to the people. That's really what's going on. And so, they looking at us, we're the most organized black, quote unquote, melanated group in the world. And that's what it is that they're trying to do. They want our position. They auditioning for our positions. But the blessing about everything that's going on right now is that all of this stuff is coming to light. We got nasty receipts on these, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that all of this is, taking place. So we just need to just continue to just do what it is that we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? I always recommend running down the tethers, but then also making sure that we just ignore them too. Because if you don't give them no energy, they can't rise above what. If we don't give them the stamp of approval, they don't get put on. Period. And that's with all groups of people. That's with political parties. That's with anything, right? That's with anything that we have going on. We have the golden touch, and I want us to understand that as a lineage, we have the golden touch. Another thing too for us, what I recommend for all of us to do is that what we need to start doing is that when we get offline or anything like that with our family, our friends, even people who you run across, in the streets from different groups, we need to start utilizing foundational Black American a lot more and literally telling and educating these other people about what foundational Black American is. We're just not Black. That flat, let them know that flat blackness shit, that's not how we rolling no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what we doing. I remember I just saw, I seen a few TikToks of this Japanese kid over in Japan, and he's been asking people, these random strangers in Japan, about, how do they feel about Black people? And, I know he means well, but it's situations like that where we have to be specific. They need to be specific about who they're talking to. They're not talking about Nigerians. They're not talking about Kenyans. They're not talking about, Haitians, Jamaicans. They're specifically talking about foundational Black Americans. And literally during the conversations, everything that the strangers that they were telling him all had to do with, everything that they liked about the Black Americans. So we just need to be specific. We have to take this offline and literally start pushing that out in the streets and letting people know about everything about our lineage. And I'll land there.
Brother John Horse, family, let me ask you a question, fam. By the way, everybody in here, follow my brother. My brother been dropping game on here for a long time, family, long time. Brother, how do you feel about the importance of creating that distinction by adding terms like foundational to create a distinction so people don't get it confused, where Black American, somebody can come over here and technically Akon can be a Black American. Technically, Mr. Mutombo can be here. Now, we know what it is, but in terms of the paperwork and the way that these people play the game, how do you feel about creating that distinction, fam, so people don't get it tangled and twisted?
It's good. It's a good distinction because it allows everything to be organized for us. People can't just dump their bullshit on us no more. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with being Nigerian. It's just that, okay, if you're going to be Nigerian when everything is good, you can be Nigerian when everything is bad too. You're not just going to be flat Black, you know what I'm saying, when shit's fucked up. We all Black. No, we're not all Black. No, that's not what it is. This is all about lineage. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just everything that we do from this point on has to be centered around our lineage. It's powerful. This is what Dr. Claude Anderson was sitting there specifically talking about. It allows us to gain power because we're being exclusionary and not inclusionary. Because understand this, even all the way down to the quote unquote Black businesses thing, that's flat Blackness. We can't, a Black business, Black owned business, like, where are you from? Are you from here? No, it has to be specific. Foundational Black American owned businesses. Foundational Black American hate crime bill. We're going to have to be specific. That's what Dr. Claude Anderson was sitting there talking about. He specifically said, even all the way down to civil rights, he was like, what is that? That's for everybody. No, it needs to be Native Black American right. It has to be specific. Everything that we do got to be specific. And it's lineage based. This is not about race. It's not about only all Black. No. We are specifically being targeted here in the United States of America based upon our lineage. They hate us because of our lineage. And I'll land.
I told y'all my brother be cooking. I told y'all better follow him now, fam. Listen to what my brother just said. Flat Blackness is gone. It's got to be specific. If it ain't specific, then it ain't about us. Certified salute to my brother. Shout out to you and South Carolina. Go ahead, my brother Church. Put in work, family.
Mic check.
Yes, sir.
There they go.
Yeah.
There we go. Shout out to you, each and every one of you. Shout out to my brother Black Alpha, as well as our sister Queen Alpha, our sister Natural, our sister Angelic, and everybody else in the chat. My brother EJ, shout out, salute to you. You over here had me dying trying to drive here. Family, I'm just to keep it 100 with you. I'm 100% proud. I'm proud because when Monaleo first dropped the song, I heard the song and I really wasn't like one way or another for the song. When that video dropped, though, that video told me everything that needed to be said. And a lot of the times I got to give a shout out to our foundational Black American sisters, because when I was out here and I was making it a point to say things like, you know, is Monaleo's video a counterweight to foundational Black Americans delineation? I had more of the brothers telling me like, hey man, you got to give her a little bit of grace. You know, she might just want to, you know what I'm saying, unite and it's okay. And all. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that, but you're not getting what I'm saying. You know, she came out of nowhere all of a sudden when we're speaking about delineation, putting out videos talking about how she a sexy Soulaan queen, you know, well, Black American princess. But then when you look at her video is all about uniting us under a banner of flat blackness. And a lot of people didn't want to pick up on that. But the sisters was right there with me like, nope, you absolutely right. I see it. I smell it. This is one of those games they're playing. And unfortunately, it took not for her to go on the Breakfast Club. It took her to get on Deontay Kyle's platform and start cussing us out for people to really turn around and say, oh, hell no, F that girl. She ain't rocking with us. She's a plant and all this other stuff. I say all that to say this, family. It's very important that we get on code with this. We need to stop saying we got to give people grace. We got to give people leeway, because here's the thing. All we're doing is creating just a nonsensical realm to live in, something that isn't really feasible for us to live in. Look at all the people we've given grace to. Look at all the people that we've given the benefit of the doubt to. These folks are watching what we do in the Black grassroots, and they're trying to use it against us in every which way in order to benefit a political party or to benefit a bunch of people who really shouldn't be here to freaking begin with. The same thing that we said about delineation, we've been out here stomping hard for reparations. And what did they do? They bring out some other person by the name of Kirby to run around here singing a song about how reparations, she want reparations, but she ain't talking about no dollar. That's in direct contradiction to what we're speaking about. We're talking about reparations and we're talking about dollar amounts. We're talking about you cutting the damn check, you bringing forth policies and things like that. And then all of a sudden you get this song, reparations. I ain't talking about no dollar. But then the very next line is, my people want their power. There is no power without the means to enforce that power. And so they're seeing everything that we're speaking about, and they're using, as they've done several times in the past, they're using these entertainers to try to infiltrate what we're speaking about in the new Black media, as well as the Black grassroots. And they're taking those situations and they're trying to twist them up like what they did with Monaleo. She knew exactly what Soulann meant. She did the research. Then only to turn around and try to make it seem like Soulaan was about being united. Y'all heard Deontay Kyle talking about, yeah, you know, the founders of the whole Soulaan thing, they did it with the intent to unite. And you got the founders going around on Tariq Spaces and everywhere else on TikTok, letting people know that no, we did not say that, and we didn't create Soulaan for that intention whatsoever. As a matter of fact, we put out articles talking about how Pan-Africanism is vampirism. And this is the very same thing we've been saying in the new Black media. We are not for the scam Africans. The scam Africans have never been for us. And so now you can't be mad you just got to accept the fact that, you know, and I'm not talking to you guys specifically. I'm talking about the people who gave this girl grace, the people who said, you know, she's a young sister. So, you know, I don't want to really hammer down on her. This isn't about hammering down on her. It's about holding people accountable where it needs to be held account. And another thing, I've come to find out that apparently her and her husband are supposed to be Ifa practitioners and things like that. That makes a whole lot of sense, because that would explain why you don't want to push Pan-Africanism to the side, even though you did a whole damn song speaking about Soulaan, and the Soulaan is supposed to represent foundational Black Americans. Basically, that's just what it is. One last thing. These folks, and Brother Alpha touched on this earlier, these folks are so inside out of themselves. And what I mean by that is, when you go over to TikTok, we didn't shut it down so much that you got people making up blatant lies, saying foundational Black Americans are Pan-Africans. So why are they upset with Monaleo? And I've had to correct people several times over, and their whole reasoning behind saying, oh, well, foundational Black Americans are Pan-African is because of the fact that we openly admit, yes, some people were brought here from Africa. And the people who are saying this, they're masking themselves under the banner of American Indian or American Aboriginal. And this is what I was speaking about the last time. They're using that to now attack us, saying, well, because we know that there was 368,000 some people who was brought here from Africa. However, there was still people here. They're trying to argue against the point that there was nobody brought over from Africa, which is just crazy, you know. And the fact of the matter is this: at the end of the day, they're doing all of this stuff in order to make us look bad, when everything that we're saying, it comes to fruition. We didn't even have to wait for Monaleo to say where she stands or anything like that. We said it, we called it out, and then that forced her to come out and say what her stance was. But here's the thing. People such as herself and the people that she's rocking with, you know, the Uncle Toby guy who's been running around here being xenophobic for decades upon decades. Notice she didn't call any of that out. She only called us out for saying, no, we're not uniting with these people. This isn't what our stance is. So at the end of the day, family, everybody that tries to come out and use our talking points, everybody who comes out and try to dibble dabble in between the delineation situation and pick what they want out of it and leave the rest, they must be called out immediately. Damn waiting, damn giving them grace, damn giving them leeway to see where they're coming from. We know where they're coming from, because none of these people has ever came with a generous or a genuine heart. When it comes down to foundational Black Americans, there's always a motive, especially in the music business. If we did not create the person, we did not create the artist, 9 times out of the 10, they are a plant. In the very same way that Doechii is a plant, in the very same way that Drake is a plant. And we must make sure that we don't give these plants enough time to spread their roots. I'll pass it back to my brother on that note.
Shout out, family. Let me say this. Good point, man. Perfect. I want everybody to think about this bullshit connection they're always trying to give us to Africa. All right. I just seen today Mike Tyson, I guess, is going over to Jamaica and Africa. And I believe Mike Tyson's father may be Jamaican. And I believe his mother is foundational Black American. But let's be honest, fam, they don't give it about that. They're doing that so they can try to push y'all's goes backs homes to Africa. All right. Remember Sierra and Ludacris? They were trying to go get them and pump that on the foundational Black Americans. Somebody's paying for all of this. All right. I want everybody to understand. They try to make these things look like they're organic or they're representing the will all of the people. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is not a reflection of the current state of Black America. The current state of Black America right now, as we speak, is about delineation, separation, regulating. That's what it's about. And anybody trying to tell you otherwise is an op. That's why I told you, you can either see somebody and know they're an op, or you can hear them talk for a half a second and already know it. Somebody comes around here talking about the heritage, but they're not talking about delineation. And those two things right now currently go together. Then that person is lying to you. Simple as that. So they're trying to put this image out there of us going back to Africa, and they're going to start having more and more people go over there. They're going to film it. They're going to make articles about it, and they're going to try to pump that like that's the wave, and that's not the wave. I just seen Meek Mills. He just came out today, and y'all know Meek Mills is a washed up rapper. Same way Ludacris is. Much love to Luda, but I'm sorry, bro, you're washed up. Sierra been washed up. These individuals are nobodies in the community. Nobody's. I never even heard of Monaleo until now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the music's trash. I don't listen to it. And I would say the majority of y'all never listen to her neither. So fam, they can't really go get anybody who's got substance. They can't get nobody certified. They'll take you, pump you up, give all these articles to you, and it'll look real funny because y'all notice it's always somebody that's never been in the news as of late that gets all of this go back to Africa energy and attention. It's always somebody who hasn't had any product, no content. They're not moving the crowd. You really haven't seen them. Fam, let's be real. Outside of go back to Africa, when was the last time you seen Ludacris? When was the last time you really seen Sierra? I'm not talking about on no damn Instagram. When was the last time they had out a popping record? When was the last time Meek Mills did? These individuals are only being brought up based on the fact that they have an agenda by their handlers. That's it. They're being paid to do so. It's easy to tell the telltale signs. I tell everybody, we used to have COINTELPRO. Now we have COINTETHERPRO. All right? Yeah. Mark that down. I said it, Black Officer. When all the people be out there saying that, remember, I said it first. It's COINTETHERPRO, where these individuals are paying these tethers to go out there and to push Pan-Africanism on us. And that's exactly what happened with Monaleo. I don't think that she understood at all what she was getting into when it comes to us regulating. She understood what the assignment was with Pan-Africanism, but she just didn't think that we was going to G-check and wreck everything that she thought she had going. And then I ask you guys this question, and I mean this. When was the last time you guys seen a Puerto Rican get filmed going back to connect to their Puerto Rican roots? When was the last time y'all seen that? Somebody tell me right now. Have they had any videos or articles about Fat Joe and filmed him going back to Puerto Rico and try to talk about connecting to his Puerto Rican roots? What about George Lopez? Have you seen anybody run around here with George Lopez and have a whole session about him connecting to his Mexican roots, take him to his village in Mexico or Tijuana? Have you seen anybody running around here with Lucy Liu? Jackie Chan? Have you seen any of these people from these other backgrounds ever get told to go back to their homeland, and we'll film it and we'll make articles about it and we'll tell everybody, look at Fat Joe connecting to his Puerto Rican roots. Look at Jackie Chan connecting to his Chinese ancestry. Look at George Lopez connecting to his Mexican ancestry. As a matter of fact, those individuals come here illegally and they force America on those people. Think about it, fam. When it comes to all of these other people, Chinese people, Puerto Rican people, Mexican people, all these illegals, they come here and they try to force them to be American, even if they're illegal. But us, the true Americans, they try to force Africa on us, a whole different place that ain't none of us been to. So let's get this right. All of the illegals who come here from all of these different places, they're always being pushed and sold as these are Americans who don't need to go back home. Ain't it funny, fam? They don't want to tell you the Chinese needs to go back home. The Puerto Rican need to go back home. The Mexican, the Cuban need to go back home. They don't never have to go back home. They can just come here to America, and the Democrats have shut down the whole damn government so people who are not from America can stay in America. But then the Democrats will pay billions of dollars to tell Black Americans we need to go to Africa. So they can come and we can go. If you read the tea leaves and you see the signs and you connect all the dots, you will see two different sets of rules. Two different sets of rules that we're not playing by no more. It's going to be what we say and how we say it, and what we say goes. You are not a foundational Black American. You cannot talk about foundational Black America. And if you are somebody of the lineage and you're pushing Pan-African on us, your name will be inserted immediately on that G checklist. And once you get on that G checklist, you can't come off. It is permanent. It's a lifetime thing. So I want everybody to notice how they've been out here spending money. And that's what we call COINTETHERPRO. And they're out here on a day-to-day basis looking at new recruits, new people to try to push Pan-Africanism on us and say things. I'm looking at some of these Democratic shills, and they're making these tweets. And these tweets, fam, are very funny style. It'd be a tweet saying, Black America is going back to Africa. Fam, how many times have y'all seen these articles that do not add up to what you see with your regular life? You'll just see some shit that they just pulled out the air. Man, let's talk about how Black America is frustrated with America. No, we're not. Man, Black Americans is connecting to their African roots. No, we ain't. Man, Black Americans said they leaving next Monday at 12 o'clock on the first flight out. No, we not. They're to the point, fam, where it is propaganda in reverse psychology. They feel if we just say it enough, maybe Black Americans will go along with it. And I'm going to tell you why that's a good thing. That means that every single other lie has failed. Every single other option that they have presented has crashed out. And they don't have anything left now other than to just blurt out. But let me tell you, blurt and shout is not a winning strategy. But let me tell you what the winning strategy is: delineation. So for Monaleo and Uncle Toby, just to let y'all know, you on the losing side, and FBA always gonna ride. I'm gonna send it to church, and then we're gonna get to the new speakers.
Yes, sir. So I just wanted to touch on a couple more things because, you know, one of the major things that really got to me in the whole situation that really put my antennas up, whether or not she was trying to push Pan-Africanism or not, when I saw that video, is the desecration of the Black American heritage flag. She turned that flag, she took it from the original meaning, and she turned the flag like pink and white. She changed the colors from red to and black. When the colors have meaning, hell, everything about the flag has meaning. And so the red represent the blood that we shed on this land in order to be American. That's just what it is. Well, technically we are already American, but the blood that we shed upon this land. And then the black represents us, the skin, who we are, right? She changed that to pink and white. Neither one of them connects to us. Neither one of them actually represents anything that the Black American heritage flag represents. And another thing, one of the things that really just pisses me off is the fact that people keep running around here, especially Deontay Kyle and all the other stuff, calling the Black American heritage flag the African American heritage flag. You give it away. That's why I am so proud that our people have been taking back our birthright, because that's what it has been from the beginning. It has been our birthright to be able to call ourselves American. It has been our birthright to have a debt passed down from our ancestors to us. That is a birthright. And none of these other people have that birthright. And that terrifies them because they know without that birthright, they ain't got no say-so. So they try to take away our say-so by trying to force us to be foreigners, to be African, to be everything under the sun, except for foundational Black Americans. And even these Mexicans who the Mexican Tariq was debating with earlier, or was it yesterday, whenever he was in the space debating him, he refused to call himself African in that sense after breaking it down. People got to understand the Nabisco has more connection to the African than foundational African Americans. We try to force a connection. These people was already trading with these people. These people was already on their knees for these people. Hey, these people has already been trying to swallow it whole because they want to be under white mommy, white zaddy. And this was before we even understood their connection to white mommy, white daddy. So we got to be very clear about this situation. Whenever people keep coming to us with this nonsense, what's it to you? Why is it so important for you, who has no connection to us, to tell us who have connections to this land what we represent, or who we are, and what our lineage is? Lastly, these folks running around talking about if you get a DNA test, if you get a DNA test. Damn that DNA test. The DNA test tells you over and over again, all you have to do is read the damn test. It tells you it is for entertainment purposes. Our lineage is not about entertainment. Our lineage is not up for debate. What we say goes, and either you're going to like it or you're going to check it, because you damn sure can't check it on this side. So you're going to have to respect it. Let's be very clear about that. But let's move on, family.
Like my brother was just saying, like I was just saying, fam, when you start talking about these people being sent in, you start talking about the money, you start talking about the dollars, you see exactly where these individuals is popping up at. And every single time you see these individuals, then you know there's somebody behind the scenes. And those people are the usual suspects. It's typically the Tethers, it's the Pan-Africans, and it's the Democrats. And they all stand to gain from foundational Black Americans not being where the hell we are. So nah, ain't nothing gonna stop the game that we on, fam. Ain't nothing gonna stop the energy that we pushing. We gonna continue to expose these people because they don't like when we expose. They don't like when we drop receipts. They don't like when we call people out. Now there was a Tether that was in here, and I want that Tether to come on back up. Tether, you know who you was. Come back
Fast
up.
money, break your ass up.
It's on all damn day. Bring it on back, and we gonna regulate. But let's continue the conversation. Go ahead, my brother Blackjack.
Hey, man, it's funny that y'all mentioned Meek Mill and them. And there's a caveat to that most of us may not realize. It was a while back where Meek Mill was talking about his influences on a record and, you know, the kind of, you know, the violence and everything that he felt may been a result of some of his music and everything. So between him and people like NBA Youngboy, which look out for his attack too, because anytime we get artists who stand 10 toes with it, they recognize, hey man, you know, my music didn't cause a lot of trouble out there in the streets. So let me go ahead on and let everybody know that this is just entertainment. This isn't meant for anybody to try to mimic or glorify. Then they always come up under these attacks, you know, and you started seeing that they got him in line, you know, when after he said that. So I just thought that was a salient point to mention. So I'll end there for now.
That's a damn good point, my brother. That's a damn good point. Another thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just disqualify all celebrities from the movement, fam. I already know how it goes. Tell me if I'm wrong. Doesn't it come out with a celebrity that says something that's sign, you know, let's be honest with you. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna keep it real. They come out and they say something that halfway is on code. It looks real nice. Black folks come out, we defend them because that's what we do. We are people who defend our own, and they use that against us. They know that we're very, very solidified, very, very unified people amongst ourselves. If we see a Black American being harmed or being done bad, we're going to come to their defense. And they know that. So they go out there to get somebody that says something that sounds like it's on code. And when they say it, Black Americans defend them, and then they do a complete 360. They just start saying shit that is nowhere near what they originally said at all. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, I rocks with you, bro. But Kyrie came out, said some things that was cool. We was like, nah. And we seen the way they unjustly came at Kyrie. Fam, Kyrie has flip-flopped all the way over the damn place ever since then, fam. Kyrie is everywhere but on the same time. He out here talking about some damn Pan-Africanism in Palestine. Fam, that's what I'm talking about. And we was riding for bruh. You dig? So this is why celebrities are not healthy. And Malcolm X told us this way back in the 1960s, man. We can't be running around here with a lot of these celebrities because these celebs have their own agenda. And that agenda is not one of lineage, heritage, and culture. Let me say this, fam. Unless people come out and they talk directly, specifically about reparations and they push the line. Because remember, y'all, saying something and then being very, very adamant about it, those are two different things. These people come out and just say something real soft, real delicate, but they don't really push it. What's that politician lady? I'm going to have to call her out. I don't even know if she is a politician. You in Cleveland right now, my brother Blackjack. Is it Nina Turner? Is that her name? Somebody tell me who she is.
Yeah, Nina Turner.
Nina Turner.
Nina Turner. Okay.
Yeah, she is a politician. She's been working with what's his name, Bernie Sanders. She was an avid supporter of Bernie Sanders and things like that. But she also she held public office in her state for a while.
Okay. Let me talk about her for a minute, fam. She has mastered the art of tiptoeing in grassroots lineage basis. She'll come out and say the most softest shit every year, fam. She gives you the annual "We deserve reparations" tweet, and thousands of people like it. And they be out here, oh, Nina. And then for the rest of the year, she's out here talking about Trump's is bads and we need to kind of look towards the Democrats. Or she'll come out and low-key, softly disagree with Democrats because they know we don't rock with Democrats. Cautious, fam. Watch that as well. There's a new trend of Democrats who are really Democratic shills, and they pretend that they're against the Democratic Party, but they do it in a very soft shoe kind of fashion. So she does that a lot. She placates to the grassroots because she's heavily on Twitter. Y'all notice that the majority of celebrities that are heavily on Twitter all mimic foundational Black American grassroots talking points. That's why they have their accounts. That's how they got the job. They sit back, they watch, they observe, they listen, and then boom, that's what they do. Fam, I'm being watched right now by a lot of them. I got Republicans who follow me. Y'all know, I told Megyn Kelly follows me. You think Megyn Kelly follows Black Alpha because she agrees with delineation and reparations? Or do you think she's spying on what we're saying so they can cater it even to the Republican crowd? There's some people that been on this app, fam, that was talking pro-black stuff, and now they be out here tap dancing for Charlie Kirk and, Donald Trump. And I'm just keeping it real. So from that all the way to Monaleo, to Uncle Toby, to all of these people, we have to stay clear away from celebrities. My personal belief, I don't believe celebrities should be in the movement at all. That's just my thing. You know what, family? I'm gonna say this. Celebrities. I know y'all be listening because, like I just said, we're being spied on all the time. Okay, let me say this. Celebrities, how about this one? Help the movement from behind the scenes. Start shooting some damn money to fund a lot of these things that we got going. Some brothers and sisters that's trying to get something started with a business, help them. Reparations task force and hearings that come from us, help the brothers and sisters. Somebody needs some damn gas money to drive to a reparations hearing, give it to them. How come celebrities don't ever take the background approach? They did it back in the 1960s and 70s, fam. In the 60s and 70s, you had all types of riders that were celebrities that you don't even know nothing about. They were out there helping the movement, funding the movement quietly. And that was a good deed and that was a good job. Now we got these damn celebrities. They want to be the celebrity in the movement. And then they want to spin us on some vote for the Democrats, vote for the Republicans, be a Pan-African. Celebrities' only role in the Black American grassroots movement should be one of shut the fuck up, be silent, and let your money talk behind the scenes. Anytime a celebrity starts to veer in front of that camera, they start talking some bullshit. And I don't know how many times we're going to sit here and keep seeing these celebrities do this over and over. And what we need to do is look at some of the tweets of people that had them damn pom-poms out for Monaleo. I ain't going to say no names. Let me just say this, fam. I seen some people that had out the pom-poms about a month ago, and now they out here acting like they didn't have them. Your pom-poms was out, and they was bright pink, and they had little sprinkles on them. Stop playing. You was full cheerleader, and it wasn't no damn football game. So stop playing. Because there's an obsession with a lot of people. They are addicted to celebrities, and they just want celebrities to be a part of the movement. And real certifieds, we don't really like celebrities being a part of the movement because they ain't really came around and did shit. All of them walk around here and they pretend to be Muhammad Ali. I'm going to say that, fam. They still try to use the Muhammad Ali thing. Muhammad Ali was the celebrity, the champion of the world, one of the greatest Black Americans of all time. And he stood on real business for the grassroots. He stood on business for everybody. And all these celebrities now have been doing that for the longest amount of time. They are all out here acting like they're Muhammad Ali, and they're not. They can't hold a candle to Muhammad Ali. They'll fold real quick. Y'all seen how fast they made Snoop Dogg fold? Snoop was out here. And fam, before I even got a chance to eat breakfast, Snoop apologized and said, come on, you come on my show. Let's have Rainbow Doggy Lane. You feel, fam? Come on, fam. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. Snoop voted ASAP. That motherfucker didn't even wait. And I fuck with Snoop. But this is why we say, fam, these individuals can't be at the forefront of the movement. I don't even want them involved in the movement because they do not bring the welfare and the interest of the Black community. They bring in the welfare and the interest of whoever their handlers are, paying them dollars. And trust and believe when I tell y'all, that's exactly what's happening to Mrs. Monaleo. But we'll spin the hand since we restarted, fam. Let me send it to, I'm going to send it to Miss Stacy, and then we'll get it to Church. Angelic, I see you. We're going to go through the hands. Miss Stacy, and then we'll take it from there. Go ahead.
I just want to say this real quick. And it was funny because I was going to say this before whoever came in there and them gremlins and shut your space down. And I agree with what you're talking about with the celebrities. I too was disappointed in Snoop Dogg when he first was taking heat for what he said. I said, and you better not apologize. The first thing came out of my mouth was, you better not apologize. You got a lot of people on your side. But then I heard that he did, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so disappointed. But I agree with you. No celebrities. As far as I'm concerned, if you getting paid, you got your paper, this Monaleo chick or anybody else, well, I still don't believe she's FBA. I just don't. Because a lot of the ratchet stuff is when you look into their background, Lil' Kim, well, we already know that, what's her name? Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, we already know they're not, obviously not FBA. And some of the most ratchetest stuff comes from people who are not FBA. So, but what I want to say is, like when they was talking about Ludacris or, Sierra, anybody that's getting paid to do all that stuff and it's working against us, you get no check. When they start cutting them reparations check, when you do that, you forfeit your check. Point blank, period. You gets no dollars. And Kirby, she's talking about, I ain't talking about no dollars. You just forfeited your check. Okay? All them people out there that's working against us, you get no check. That you are already getting paid, so you forfeit your check.
Shout out to you, my sister. Shout out to you. Before I get to you, Church, you just gave me a good point, my sister Stacy. This kind of started around the time when Steve Harvey came out and said, "They is us." Y'all remember that, family? Y'all remember? They is us. Y'all remember that? When he went on this really bizarre rant that no one asked for. Remember, fam, no one's asking for all of this go back to Africa stuff. No one. They just walk in the room and just say, don't y'all all want to go back to Africa? No, we ain't talking about it. We ain't spoke about it. Nobody's on that type of time. This is how you know it's contrived and it's made up. The fact that nobody is speaking about that on an average day-to-day basis, fam. When you go to work, when you work out, you go to the gym, you hang around your mama, your auntie, your uncles, your cousins. Ain't nobody sitting around saying, hey, pass me the collard greens and let's go back to Nigeria. Ain't nobody saying that. So when he popped out of here and he starts talking all that is us, shout out to you, my sister, Miss Stacy, because that just reminded me. Remember immediately after he said that, he said, we is us and we got all our stuff from Africa. Remember, he started defending Burna Boy. He was like, y'all talking about Burna Boy took it. We stole it from Burna Boy. He said we got our swag from Africa. Everybody remember that. Okay, let's fast forward. What did he do immediately after that? He sat his ass down with Kamala Harris and he told us to quit asking for reparations. We don't deserve it. And then what did he say after that? He said, I mean, if they give it to us, I'll go down there. So y'all see how it was. Africa, Pan-Africa, and all y'all's is flat black. And then it immediately turned into quit asking about reparations, vote blue. That's the same exact thing that Monaleo's doing, that Uncle Toby is doing. I just call Uncle Toby Uncle Tether. Okay, that is what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, he don't even know who the fuck his uncle is. His uncle fled his homeland back in 1975. He don't know who the hell he is. These folks lost and sauce. But trust me, they start off talking black grassroots talk. Slide in some Pan-African, slide in some Democrat, and then they whisked off into the wind. That's exactly what they've been doing. That's exactly how they've been. And they mad right now, pissed off, hurt, nightmares that foundational black Americans see through everything. Before we get to the hands, what is it? Fast, whatever, move something. Come on up.
Yeah, loose change. Come on up, Mr. UK.
Come on, UK. It's on you.
You forgot one too about the Steve Harvey situation. He said we are those Africans, and he don't give a damn about slavery.
Oh, he did say that.
Say that about the Pringle face logo individual. Yep.
Well, his old country bunk ass. That's why my grandmother couldn't stand him. And when he first came out, I remember my grandmother, she's from Mississippi, and she told me she could not stand Steve Harvey, and I didn't understand why, and now I know.
Well, family, you know what? Shouldn't we known that Steve Harvey was fake? Because was he the original fake hairline? Was Steve Harvey the original fake hairline?
If you can say that from what Cat Williams was saying, that wasn't even a situation with a hairline. That was just a pull off.
Y'all think that's something? I really got a story for y'all.
Okay,
that was a man unit. I love the way Cat Williams called it a man unit. That
hey, and let's fast forward to that. Steve Harvey's not really from my hood. He act like he from OHIO. My brother Eastside in the building. Steve Harvey is from West Virginia. He is not from Ohio. He is not from no damn Ohio. He is from West Virginia. He is not a Buckeye. No, not at all. I'm from Ohio. Trust me, I know these things. He is not Ohio. He was running around here with a damn man unit, man bun, everything other than a real hairline. Nowadays, we just call it a tether hairline. Okay. And he just cut his stuff off. He's, I ain't even going to try to fool these people. So you had the original fake ass hairline that looked like it did a swan dive off the back of your neck. You was running around here false claiming to be from the Always Dime. That's the same exact thing that we be seeing with these fake ass Democrats and fake ass tethers. Fam, they've been doing it for eons. What's the only change in the game is that we don't let them do it no more. Okay, Mr. UK, fast something. Come on up.
After all of that babbling, what have you achieved?
I can't hear you. You got to enunciate. Go ahead.
Don't come in here talking stupid. Just say what you got to say, Mr. UK.
Why are you speaking to me?
Okay, hold on. Wait. Before we go there, we got to do this one at a time because I got a feeling it's going to be real good, y'all. But when multiple people talk, it sounds crazy and nobody can really hear the playback. So I'm going to let everybody get their work, but I'm going to have everybody go one-on-one. Now, Mr. Tether guy, whatever you are, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I said, after all of that babbling, what have you achieved?
Well, we've achieved more than your mom has because your mom was on one kneecap, then she got on two kneecaps, and she was piping off the British slave master. Okay, so your mom has really never done anything other than be on her kneecaps, and we actually walk. You know what I'm saying? We walk upright on our feet, and your mom's been on her knees, and she crawls all the time. So we've already got your mother beat, and I don't even start on your father. Matter of fact, maybe your father was on his knees in front of your mother. So they was doing the switch hitting thing. So we've already got that beat. Are your parents trans tethers? Is that what they are? They might be trans tethers because I heard your daddy was on his knees for your mama and your mama was on her knees for your brother. So y'all just got the whole flip-flopping thing. That's how y'all do, huh? You keep it in the family. Okay. Now what else you got? Come on, any day. He hurt. Watch him come and see you mute me. Go ahead.
I was muted, but listen, I'm just listen.
He said it. He said, I told y'all he was gonna complain
Listen.
about the mute button.
You muted me. You muted me.
Listen.
No, you listen. You listen to the fact that y'all are getting whooped in your homeland. You are once, twice, three times fleeing tether, and you're over here complaining about the mute button. The mute button in the United States of America is whooping your ass, and you can't handle it. No wonder you can't build your homeland and you flee to everybody else's homeland because you can't even handle a simple mute button. I know a 4-year-old that knows the difference between mute and unmute, mute and unmute. You get your whooped and then you get upset and blame it on the mute button. I'm going to speak on behalf of the mute button. The mute button family is misunderstood. I got a lot of love for the mute button, and I'm going to not let these individuals speak down on this mute button. It's not the mute button that's your problem. It's not the mute button that is one whooping you down the street and around the corner. It's us. It's foundational Black Americans, okay? Don't take it out on my mute button. My mute button didn't do anything to you other than shut you up. Now, what I've been doing is running you out of my country, checking you. Your wife doesn't want to be around you, or excuse me, your husband doesn't want to be around you. You can't come around any space without ducking and hiding. You make TikTok videos from vans where nobody's watching because you understand that the services of immigration are going to send you back home. Speaking of service of immigration, you sound like you're in the UK. They have a mass immigration deportation situation going on over there in the UK. How come you're more worried about my mute button other than all of those labor parties and all of those different individuals that want to run you out of the UK? So I got a feeling that you won't even be in the UK much longer, if you're even there now, because your inner tube got sank. You're the last one who floated to shore. You floated to shore, and then the first thing you did when you got to the shore is that you made a TikTok video about Tariq Nasheed and FBA and my mute button. But the thing that me, Tariq, and the mute button all have in common is that we are not fleeing dusty tethers. Now, go ahead, fleeing dusty tether. Tell us more about why you're such a loser. Go ahead, UK.
Yeah, you seem excited to speak to me, but control your emotions.
That was lame as hell, first off. You sound so excited to talk to me. You sound so good. Control your emotions. No. Tell your husband to control his emotions, because I heard that you had some domestic where your husband was across the room with some fish and chips. He was whooping your ass all the way from your household to Buckingham Palace. Okay, he got buck on you and bucked your head. Okay, so worry about your own tether domestic problems. I know Cohen Tether Pro done sent you in here. Tell them that they're going to have to get a refund because you are a terrible troll. You're using 1952 talking points. It's played out, whack, and it doesn't exist like your hairline. All right, so tell me something more. And I'm just letting you know now you're being embarrassed, okay? Now, you're used to being embarrassed every time you look in the mirror. But, however, that's another issue. That's between you and yourself. When I'm talking, you better answer my questions precisely and don't do no dancing around because remember, I'm a Black American and I'm better than you. Now, go ahead, Mr. Fish and Chips and Jollof and Fufu. Go ahead. I see he's laughing. Hey, fam, they be thinking it's a flex. Like, I'm going to laugh at the American. No, you're really laughing at yourself. I'm making fun of you right now. So if you're hitting the laughing emoji, that makes it seem like what I'm saying is actually delivered and is landing and you think it's funny. So not only do we think it's funny, family, he thinks it's funny. I'm telling y'all, these folks is played the hell out. They can't exist in our presence and they get embarrassed every time they see foundational Black Americans. Now go ahead, Mr. Fish and Chips. Go ahead.
Listen, you're broke and miserable. Just go get some money. You'll make it better. Trust me.
I can't hear what this dude is saying. Like that, I don't know.
I can't either.
This dude
I was
is
about to
tripping.
say.
You are broke and miserable. Go and
No. Your mother broke her kneecaps because she woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and stayed on her knees all the way until this very moment. So you need to go get your mama an ice pack. And I'll call ICE in UK. Somebody get Paul McCartney on the phone. I heard John, Paul, George, and Ringo, the Beatles, is about to send your ass back wherever the hell you came from. They're going to send you to Moritova. They're going to send your ass to Rwanda. They're going to send you to Uganda. You're going to be bouncing around every single immigration and deportation facility. But what you will not be is here in America. So again, get ready. Get an ice pack for your mama. Get an ice pack for your husband. And then talk to foundational Black Americans with respect. We do this all day long. So go ahead, try your best, and I'll be here. Go ahead.
And said from Hotel Rwanda to Uganda. You hella stupid.
He know what it is. He's there now. That's why we can't understand what he's saying. He's standing on one foot with his tether antenna up trying to catch a signal. You know what I'm saying?
He's from Dominican Republic.
Yo, listen, all of you are bro. Listen, every single.
Look, here's the best thing about it. When you talk, I can mute you again. All of you are broke. You're broke and you have nothing to do. Okay, well, you have something to do. You have to put your husband's pipe all the way down to your tonsils. You're probably doing it now while we can't hear you. And you have the choice of being embarrassed by a foundational Black American brother like myself, or I can send it to one of my foundational Black American sisters and they're going to roast you. Because one thing I know is a lot of you tether men cannot stand foundational Black American women because foundational Black American women are stronger than you. You better be worried about me sending this off to one of these sisters because they're going to give you that damn work. Okay. Now, I know you don't really like women. Okay. Only women you like is when you dress like one, but I know you're the bitch in the relationship. Okay. Word on the street is that you're the receiver. All right. And I can tell by your little squeaky little weak voice that you are. So when you're not receiving, you're not on your kneecaps and you ain't got John, Paul, George, and Ringo Beatle down your mouth. You need to understand that foundational Black American brothers and sisters see past your weak trolling. Is this the high point of your day? I want everybody to understand, fam, from this moment going forward, his life is going down the drain. This is the high point in the peak of his life. The fact that he's sitting here talking to Black Alpha, a foundational Black American from the certified side. This is it, fam. His life gets no better. It's going down the drain. It's peaked. That shit got about 2 inches off the ground, and now it's going down fast. This is what happens. Going down fast just like his mama. This is what happens, family, when you talk to these tethers. You got to understand, these individuals are obsessed with us because they want to be us, and when they talk to us, their life goes no better. This is why I'm sitting here clowning this fool, and he's sitting here getting embarrassed. I won't even let him talk. I mute him when he speaks. We can't hear him. I'm dissing his mama. I'm dissing his boyfriend, his uncle. I'm dissing his husband, his kids. I'm dissing everybody. Okay? All right? Now, I guarantee if I say this guy's whole family, he's still going to stay here and talk because talking to a Black American such as myself is the highlight of his day. So family, outside of really talking to us, what does he have? He's a fleer. A fleer means you have no backbone, which means that you are somebody who has been squandered a long time ago. The world doesn't respect you. And like I told everybody before, I have a loose dog in this neighborhood. A chihuahua that ran away from home. Do y'all know they have posters where you can go get $200 if you find Muffy? Do you know I can get more value from finding Muffy, the loose chihuahua in my neighborhood, than this individual? Nobody wants this individual. He is a part of the international beggars. He is part of the international cocksuckers. And he is a part of the tethers that get embarrassed by foundational Black Americans every chance they get. So family, at the end of the day, if you're not worth as much as the little dog in the neighborhood, then you aren't worth our time. Now, I know you want our time because you don't have anything else going for you in your life. Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity again, because this is fun. This is target practice, bullseye. I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak, but I want y'all to notice. Didn't I say that if I said his family, he'd still stay on the panel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's still on the panel. I always win. Go ahead. Fish and chips. Or should I call you fish and dick?
Fish and chips. I am amused.
I think he's fishing dick. He's fishing for dick.
You are broke and miserable, you filth.
And you are still talking to me. And I am dissing your whole family. And you can't do shit about it, but shut the fuck up and listen to a Black American talk, because I am better than you. I am better than your parents and your grandparents. Your grandma sucked your grandpa's dick. And then when she was done with dick, he fled and left, which gave way to your poppy. And then your poppy fled. And now you fled. So you come from a long line of cock-sucking fleas who in no way, shape, or form could stand next to Black Americans. So you just sat here and allowed me to diss you to destroy you and to completely embarrass you in front of everyone listening. So what you should do is shut the fuck up. You should go back to your fucking homeland and you should fix it. Because if you do not fix your homeland, then you're going to go back into that ocean, to the Mediterranean Sea, where the British found you. So you need to go back to where they found you before they drowned you. All right. Get out of foundational Black American spaces. Your accent was trash. It was weak. You're a 4 times fleer. You got to get back to the date with your boyfriend. You can't talk to FBA. This ain't TikTok. Let me tell everybody listening. This ain't TikTok. All right. This Black Alpha everywhere I go. I don't sit there and go back and forth for no tether, and then they go make a little video and be like, I won. You ain't won shit. You got your ass embarrassed in front of hundreds of FBA. I'm going to flip this shit and play it for thousands of FBA on the channel, and everybody's going to have one big giant Black American laugh at your ass. Okay, we want to talk about lineage? Okay, your lineage is fleers, and you can't do a thing about it because foundational Black Americans don't give a damn about you. Now, when you wake up in the morning and you go get on your knees to pray, so you're just going to have a whole long tether day of being on your knees. But tell you what, when you do that, you need to go ahead and thank God that you live in a planet where foundational Black Americans exist, because we are clearly the highlight of your day. And the low light of your day was coming up here talking to me backwards and getting your ass checked. Now, I wanted to send it to my sisters, but this ass tether, he fled. So are you surprised? A fleer fled, and he didn't even stick around for the full word. And know that foundational Black Americans ain't going back with no tethers. We ain't going back with no hoppers, no skippers, or no jumpers, because I told y'all, tethers are a joke and the inner tubes cannot flow. My good brother Church, it's all on you, family. And then Sister Angelica, I know you're back from the gym, sister. You know what I'm saying? There's no tethers out there, family. There's some deodorant still in the stores, so you know the tethers, they ain't gonna be near that, okay? Having deodorant against tethers is like having garlic with vampires, family. Bring the deodorant and the tethers won't show up. Easy work. Go ahead, Seppa.
Hey, shalom, family. Shalom to you, Black Alpha. Let me tell you, bro, with my crazy work schedule, I'm only able to hear your YouTube stuff on the playback. And let me tell you, bro, you be cooking them. Anyway, you could tell that bitch, Mommy Africa, that she owes us 400 years of back pay and child support. With that being said, but she said, fuck you to us. To us, I mean, you don't come into our lineage cosplay as us. You don't come around here, rapping and then throwing up all these flags, and they're gonna sit there and say, "Fuck you" to us, the people that made it possible for you to get here. So yeah, I'm kind of in my shit right now. But yeah. The hell with Monaleo. She did a post of something about her selling out on her concert. I don't believe those sold out. And if she did, I believe it's going to be a bunch of people with pink hair, blue hair, orange hair, red hair, with septum rings hanging out their nose halfway down to their knees, with met pipes, hanging out their mouths, talking about, yeah, peace, dude, you go, girl, black girl magic. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and land because I'm not trying to get your space shut down, brother.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Stand on your business. Go ahead, Church.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that she sold out. That post that she did was after what the post that she did was October 9th, right? And that post was before people started really finding out about what she said in Deontay Kyle's interview, what she said on the Breakfast Club, what she said after which, right? So I believe that there are a lot of people that was supporting her before she actually came out and showed her true colors. So I believe there's going to be a lot of refunds. I'm going to be 100 with you. I said this, and this was another point I was going to bring up as well, because our good brother Black Alpha, he made it very clear that there's some people out here who straggling the fence. And I've seen, I see this on TikTok as well, where you have people calling out Monaleo, for the issues that she's causing. But then they'll turn around and say, I'm still going to support her. I'm still going to listen to her. Family, if you see someone disrespecting you and you still support them, you're telling them how you can be treated. At the end of the day, this woman needs to be cut off 100% fold. Like our brother Seppa said, she said F us several times over, and I'm a avid DMX fan. I'm a Pac fan, and I'm a DMX fan. And what did he say? Here we go again. The same old stuff, dog, just a different day. Here we go again. It's how niggas do when we play how we play. Here we go again. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. Here we go again. So if it's F me, nigga, then you know it's F you. So at the end of the day, there should never be a person that can come into your culture, sit here and try to cosplay your culture, and then turn around and disrespect your culture and believe that they'll be able to still make money off of it. So this is why I say, I do not personally believe that when she made that post, she understood the ramifications of her future verbiage that she would have. Now, I truly believe that people will be getting their refunds. And if they don't, we should be looking at each and every one of them sideways too. All the people that sitting there saying, I don't like what she said, but I'm still going to listen to her music, they should get the side eye too. Each and every one of these folks should be getting the side eye if you're not willing to hold this person accountable. And here's another thing too. You don't know this person personally. You've never spoken to this person. You've never had dinner with this person. You've never met this person outside of the internet. Really, you've never met the person because she ain't meeting people in meet and greets one-on-one. But yet you, even though you see her disrespecting your lineage, your heritage, your culture, you feel like, oh, well, it's not that deep because I already thought that she was on some weird stuff. But now that I know she's on some weird stuff, I'm still going to listen to her music because it's good. But no. You're an op just like she's an op, because all you're doing is giving her gratification to do what she's been doing, disrespecting us. Any person that continues to disrespect us but think that they're going to get our black dollars, that needs to be cut the hell off. And anybody who's defending not cutting those people off needs to be cut the hell off. You're all in the same damn boat. We're standing on business because we are owed respect. We're owed reparations. We're owed our own agenda. And we refuse to allow anybody, even if you are a part of the lineage, to stand here and be, as our brother, our great good brother, Black Alpha say so many times, to be the tether escort. We are not allowing any escorts. There are no more goddamn cookouts, only family dinners. You leave that person outside the door when you knock on that door and come in here to have dinner with us. We're sitting here talking amongst the family because this is a family conversation. We do not have outsiders at family dinners. We will not accept any type of escort to come to family dinners either. I'll leave it at that, family.
Shout out to you. All I gotta say is where my dogs at. There they go, family. Let me say this. And shout out to my brother for that as well. All that tap dancing with delineation gotta stop. All that soft shoeing with delineation gotta stop. I tell everybody, and I'm gonna say it again, fam. Delineation is not the nice business, it's the hurt business. All right? You ain't out here playing putt-putt golf, family. This is the octagon. Get real with it. See, you can't have a bunch of people out here soft shoeing with delineation and want to be in the circle, because that ain't going to get the job done, fam. Remember that. So we can't send a bunch of flower pushers out there to go handle delineation, or ain't nothing going to get done. Always remember that when it comes to delineation and keeping people outside of this foundational Black American compound, you got to do that emotionless. Remember, because when we had emotions, we seen what we've got now. If you want to know the results of being too emotional and not really wanting to delineate and letting anybody come in flat blackness, family, that's exactly the world that we've been living in until this generation showed up. We wouldn't be here in the first place if it wasn't for past tense behavior. All you got to do is go back and look at the mistakes that the previous generations did and just don't do them. And what was one of the biggest mistakes, fam? It was being too peaceful and too nice to people that you don't know. Remember this. It's not like you out here being nice to people that you know. It's not like you out here being nice to people that you rock with. Family, People are out here being nice to individuals that we ain't got no communication with. Half of these people just showed up last night. Fam, they just got off boat. We talking about fleers. We talking about people who fled here. We talking about people who fled here. So if you fled here, it ain't like you got a long history with them. So you got to be certified, stand on business when you delineate and leave all the emotions to the side. This is not the nice business, family. Always remember that. Straight up and down. And I tell this to the family all the time. I'd rather have a bunch of hurt feelings tethers than see people come on in, be escorted, and then walk away with all of our stuff. Let me holler at my brother Church real quick. Church, fam, let me tell you something that I seen on my channel the other day, brother. Brother. This is what I'm talking about. You remember that space not that long ago, fam, we had, and that W dude came in there and he started talking about the N-word, and I cussed him out and sent him packing with a smile. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Family, do you know somebody in my comment section was like, "Oh, Black Alpha, you're being too vulgar. I'm leaving. I'm out of here." Can you believe that? Family,
yeah, I can.
Hey, but let me tell you. Let me tell you what this person's name was, brother. This gonna throw you off completely. Do you know the individual said I was too mean, too vulgar, running a supremacist that called us all the N-word out? The person's name was Nat Turner.
You can't make this up, bro. You cannot make this up.
Yeah.
This is given by the Most High.
Yes, family. Somebody came into my space, said that I was too mean to the supremacists. There's no such thing as too mean to the supremacists, but whatever. They said I was too mean to the supremacists, and the individual's name was Nat Turner. How in the hell do you call yourself Nat Turner, but you out here being Nat nice to the supremacists? I don't believe Nat Turner was too nice to supremacists, family. So let's keep it all the way live and all the way thorough, because that's how we do. Now, what I say, when you delineate, you got to be there. Remember this, family. You'd always rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Always remember that anytime someone's hitting you with all that niceness. It's the hurt business, fam. Feelings gonna get hurt, but I don't give a damn because checks are gonna be cleared.